Take control. You guys aren't. Let me turn this down. If you guys aren't a part of this right now, you know that Bash in Berlin is live, and we are live. You know what I mean? We got people gonna be jumping in any second. So we definitely want to, but we want to make sure before this main event, Randy Orton is trying to take this 15-time, trying to become a 15-time champion. And ladies and gentlemen, what we talking about? Is he gonna get it? Is he gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but right now it's looking Randy Orton sitting on these steps. He is contemplating, man. Gunther is a hard guy to put away. Pause. You know what I mean? Um, and that's going to be the task that Randy Orton is up against, trying to become 15-time champ, and he's doing it right now. He got the steel steps. He got my man laid out. Hit him with one RKO already. Gunther looks hurt. Gunther look hurt. You know what I mean? And it's a good look for Randy right now. Randy is pacing though, and that Viper mind when he's pacing. What's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Now I'm expecting this pay-per-view to PLE premium live event to come to an end here in the next 15 minutes. No, 5 minutes. I'm sorry, not 15. But I'm not sure what we talking about here. We got Randy Orton piling on steps next to the end. What is going on in the brain of Randy Orton? We gonna have to ladies and gentlemen, we gonna have to sip. You know what I'm saying? You know what time it is. We on Berlin time too, so you know what I'm saying. Over there, they like 3, 4 hours, no, 4 hours ahead, 5 hours ahead. Well, whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case. What are we talking about here with Randy? What devious, diabolical, um thing. Black. I see you, Black. And my man is here, 550.
Yeah.
We what craziness does Randy have with two steps piled up on top of each other next to the announce table? Someone's about to get their back broken.
My
And
back.
hopefully it's not Randy.
Spinal.
No, Randy had that surgery.
Oh.
My gosh. Into the steps, you know what I'm saying? Match has been pretty good so far. The crowd was chanting holy shit, which is always a good sign for WWE fans. That means we got some shit going on. He is just battering Gunther into these steps, these double piled on steps next to the announce table.
Them is
The
German
announce table's cleared
steps.
off. Man, he's walking up. He somebody about to. All right, Black. We're gonna see you in a little bit. Definitely tap back in. Definitely tap back in. But what we about to see, he about to put this man. Oh, got the side headlock. What's going on? Come on, Randy, get him up. Say goodnight, Gunther. Good night. Oh my God. Put this man through the table from the second to the two
Why
steps
isn't
up.
that a disqualification?
Why isn't that a disqualification? It's not a no DQ match.
I'm saying in table, that's a weapon, right? Like you put somebody through a table.
But the table was technically already in use because he didn't like.
I mean, in
Good
general,
question. Why is he not counted out?
because Charles Robinson tripping.
Just Robinson tripping. Facts. I definitely think that.
Is Charles Robinson the most recognizable ref in wrestling history?
No, absolutely not. Not even close. Not even close. Mike Chioda, Earl Hebner. Oh shoot. As you get that playback, you know what I'm saying? I want to check and make sure
I
Instagram. We
like
are
Lil
live on
Nate
all
though.
three. I think Earl Hebner is still that guy.
Brett screwed Brett. I remember I went to a show. I forget the company, and Earl Hebner was there, and he sells t-shirts that say "I screwed Brett."
Shout out to Earl Hebner, man. Mike Chioda, we have an interview with him right here on the Attitude Era podcast. Well, go check that out. Get the ref's perspective. It's different.
Chioda was damn near the third man in some of the biggest moments in the Attitude Era history.
Yes, The Rock versus Hogan. Like, oh, come on, bro. That's Mike Chioda in the ring in there. So, like you
Was it
said, go to the
TNA
interview
or
playlist.
TNA show I was at? I forget what show it was, but
Oh, Randy misses the RKO. Come on. I want to see it. 15-time champ. Oh, here we go with this sleeper. Randy, we're not going to sleep, Randy. Don't take no naps. We ain't come to Germany to take no naps, Randy.
There's a lot of places I don't want to wake up in. I don't know if I want to wake up in Germany. Don't know what happened to me.
And that's what Randy's on his feet. That's good. He still got the sleeper locked in. Gunther does, but Randy's on his feet. He's battling back. He's battling back. Get him to the ropes. Get him to the corner. Bang.
Oh,
Gets
you
him in the
doing
corner. Come on.
commentary? You want to do some commentary?
I'm just, I need to fit. Bang. Backs him back into the back into the turnbuckle. Randy still. Gunther still got that sleeper on him. Gunther still got that sleeper on him. Oh, Randy roll. Gunther still got it locked. Randy Orton with the flip roll through, and Gunther is still holding on. Gunther ain't trying to let this man.
You know what I miss? And this PLE made me remember what I miss, and specifically Cody Rhodes made me remember what I miss about wrestling. I miss when a finisher ended the match.
100%.
It was too many crossroads. It was too many.
Just for not to be free. And he finally breaks the hold. He breaks, a chop to the back. He gave him a beef neck. Remember back in the day, he used to lick that
Give me some of that neck. Give me that neck. He got neck.
And he's back with that sleeper. And he's my man. What up, Eric? We see you in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Gunther is trying to not let Randy become a 15-time. We need 15-time Randy. You know what I'm saying? We need it. We want it.
Randy 1-5?
1-5. And that's he's on one knee. And they have officially passed 1600 or 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? If you sipping 1800, that's 6 o'clock. Peace to you. You know what I mean? What you got in that cup?
Banana smoothies. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I got the usual suspects. I got my coffee. Oh man, he's got it locked in, man. No. Come on, Randy. Randy's turning him. Keep turning him, Randy. Keep turning him. Gunther breaks the hole just to hit him with the goddamn elbows. Them ashy ass elbows. If you've been hit with an ashy elbow, you know that shit hurt. That should be scratching and scraping. Oh my God.
But see, this is how you give somebody the rub. Gunther, you know what I'm saying? This is a beatdown.
Randy, don't tap. Oh, Randy's gonna fade to sleep. Yo, don't end the pay-per-view on someone going to sleep.
No, we gotta get the arm up, drop, arm up, drop, arm up.
That's corny as fuck, bro.
He didn't do the arm?
He didn't even do the arm. And still.
What happened to the... Hey, Gunther looked strong, though. He looked strong.
He did.
But that ain't anybody he just did that to. That's Randall Keith Orton. What happened to the arm check? Because if Randy's still moving around right now, he has some kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he passed. It's not like how Austin passed out. Austin passed out. Nah.
That's why
another smash finish.
Orton's up.
Already, so he wasn't out.
Yeah. He's already... I wanted him to go to the ref like I wasn't out.
The Berlin screw job.
Yeah, everybody kicks out of finishers on PLEs is a little bit much for me. It's like all the time, like, what's the
point of having a finisher? I'll just beat motherfucker. I'd like Doomsday did Superman. Just beat you.
To a pulp. Damn, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, though, match though, I ain't gonna say it was a bad match. It was good, but Randall Keith Orton couldn't get the job done, y'all. He couldn't get the job done, brother. Damn, man. And I don't even like the sleeper as a finisher for Gunther, but it works. But man,
it works with those elbow strikes because he tweaked it, tweaked it, beat you down. So it works. It's not like he just choked him out.
Strikes. I wish Randy would get up like, yo, I wasn't even out, and just be mad at the ref.
If Randy Orton don't RKO this man, he's smiling.
He's looking at him. He's looking back. Randy's still in the ring, just getting to his feet, looking back at Gunther with that belt on him. Put your hand out and go to shake it and just RKO him. But it leads to nothing. They gonna go at it again in Bad Blood? I doubt it. Randy headed back to SmackDown. Look, he got his hand out.
Left hand though. You don't shake nobody's hand with the left.
They don't. Damn. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it was a good match. But I'm tired of old superstars losing all the time. Like, oh, we're putting them over. It's like, are you? Or are you just getting another loss and another loss and another loss?
Randy won't
Week
get
after
another
week.
title reign before he retires. He's gonna be stuck at the number he's at. Because you just wasted it.
Yeah, you can't go back to SmackDown and say, now Cody, it's your turn, because then you prove that Cody ain't better than Gunther if he beats. Yeah, Eric, I'm with you on that. You know what I'm saying? I'd have rather seen a pinfall. You know what I'm saying? I think a pinfall would have been decisive. Um, would have been decisive. Unless they're gonna say that Randy wasn't totally out and he was like, ref called that prematurely. That's the second time Gunther screwed me. I'm okay with that. Builds to a rematch. Technically a third match, right? The King of the Ring final, the world title, and then Bad Blood, but they're not going there. So I don't know what's next for these individuals. Randy especially, because what you gonna do? Go back to SmackDown? Go team up with Kevin Owens again and go do what? You just left the Bloodline saga by coming to Raw and going for 15. So
Well, Kevin Owens don't have a contract, so who knows?
yeah, Kevin Owens is. I feel like he's gone in a couple months. They said his contract ends in December. I think November we last see him again at War Games / Survivor Series, whatever they do there, and he's gone. And he'll take an L too, going out the door. They got Big E doing commentary. I like it. Light skin dude is from Rosenberg, High 97, I think.
Yeah, Peter
He's from some
Rosenberg.
radio shit. I can't remember.
Rosenberg, yeah.
Yeah. Randy Orton, get out the ring. Randy Orton is still walking ringside. If you look back in the distance behind these guys,
Randy is giving people everything he can because this is going to be this is the last lap for Randy Orton.
he says otherwise, though. Randy says otherwise. Randy said he got 10 more years left. I don't want to see Randy Orton 10 years with no belts.
That's what I'm saying. This is the last lap for Randy.
Yeah. Good look for Gunther. It does build Gunther. I'm just tired of seeing. I think if I'm Kevin Owens, I go to AEW. Bryan Danielson's the champion over there. You know, so they still support the guys who are like older, and then they also still build, so you don't just feel like you're useless. Kevin Owens not having a singles championship run in 7 years is crazy. It's crazy. Once that stat gets to the light, that's
That's a
bad.
lot of years.
Yeah,
Considering how active he was a big part of storyline, the Sami Zayn thing. He had a lot going on. Gunther getting an interview.
Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. What up, Vinny? Good event
Hey,
overall.
my
I
boy
agree.
Love with Kaiser.
I would like to see Kaiser turn on him. Kaiser win the Intercontinental Tournament and then turn on Gunther. What Gunther talking about? Gunther, what are we talking about, Gunther? What is Gunther gonna say next?
He's a hero, man.
I feel like someone needs to either come out and interrupt this.
This guy been doing this a
Um,
long time, bro. Before he was Gunther, said he was a legend already over there when he went by Walter. So this is a big deal. He came to America, became a champion, brought the gold home.
hey, they didn't feel like that for
He
Drew.
was the UK champ for he had like 1,300 days combined title reign. So he's a
He's a guy. He's the guy. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I get it. I mean, they didn't feel like that for Drew though. I just want to see if there's going to be someone that. What's next for Gunther going into Bad Blood? Um, I just would like to know. You know, um,
if he even has
again, I
anything for
can't.
Bad Blood. He might not have anything for Bad Blood.
I hope Gunther drops the Vinny. I hope they get out of this. People got to have a title reign for a year. Everybody's a year. Everybody's a year. They need to go back to a more not the attitude era, but pre-attitude era, like 95, 96. Some people might have a 1 year run, some people might have 8 months run, some people might drop the belt like Bob Backlund. He won it, and then 3 days later he drops it at a house show. I think house shows need importance too. Because again, if no one's ever gonna drop a belt at a house show, then people are gonna stop showing up for these big match card house shows because why I know nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, I get to see my favorite wrestler, but it's not like something could happen. So I think with all the titles they have, you can't just wait for Raw and SmackDown to change the titles. Gotta you got a lot of belts rolling around here. You got men's Raw and SmackDown tag titles, which is crazy because they need to do like the women, merge those things back together and just have one set and you go through all the shows defending them. Because that how much talent, how many teams do you have to have a working tag team division? Would you say six? Five? What would you say? Yeah, I'd like to see some
You need at least
unpredictability
8.
in the title reigns. So if you have two tag team belts on both shows, one set for each, that means you got 5 or 6 tag teams. That's 10 to 12 people not in your singles pushes. And to be honest with you, SmackDown is littered with tag teams, but not littered with singles competition. You have a mid-tier title on SmackDown. I have no idea who's gonna step up for that. You have a world title champ, and nobody feels like anyone's deserving of a world title shot. Cody Rhodes got to go find an opponent, and the opponent don't even want to fight him again. So you got to break some of these teams up. Have one tag team championship for both shows, like you do the women, and now it makes it a little bit more interesting for your singles, and it makes the tag team titles, you know,
But think about the
no
team.
heel
The
turn.
teams aren't like teams of superstars. You would just be breaking up teams to be breaking them up at that point. Like who's in the tag team that will really be a contender?
Well, that's for either Montez Ford. Montez Ford could definitely be an LA Knight opponent and be legitimate. Um, and same thing on the eastern side, the Raw side with Finn Balor. Why is he even in the tag team picture? This is your first Universal Champion.
Because he's Finn Balor.
Exactly. Let's just do him dirty. Put something on him. Like, bro, he could definitely be in that mid tier, going against Braun Breaker, having some great matches. But you just have everybody in tag teams. That's a lot of tag teams. You got to have 5 to 6 respective tag teams per show.
Their roster's deep though. It's just you don't have they haven't really built stars. Cody shouldn't be
Yeah.
fishing for opponents.
LA Knight is missing something. I think he's missing opponents. I don't think him as a person is missing. I think he's set. I just think he's missing like legitimate opponents. Uh, Cody no heel turn. Cody was boring again.
Why is your champion opening the pay-per-view?
I want to ask that same question because it feels like if only the bloodline get him hot. SummerSlam he closed the show, but that's because of the bloodline. No bloodline, he opens the show. AJ Styles, he opened the show. Kevin Owens, he opens the show.
That
That's not.
big belt
That's
used to be the main attraction. That big belt closed your show. That big belt was the main event. I don't care who was in the match. Now it's opening the show. So we forgot you were even on this pay-per-view already. And how many opening matches are the memorable match in the pay-per-view?
I think they're trying to remove. I think Triple H is trying something new, and he's been trying it. I just don't think. I think if you want to water down a title, that
I
you're right.
think with Cody, when he finishes, he leaves the building. It's more. It might be more of a travel thing for him.
No, I don't need a billion. He's doing the post conference right now as we speak. He's
Well,
on
I
in
try to
his
shoot
suit.
him some
He's,
bail. He's just in a bad spot.
you know, he Brett and Owen opened the show though because Brett and Owen. If you're talking about WrestleMania 10, Brett had to wrestle later that night. So if we're talking about in regard to WrestleMania 10, Brett did open the show with Owen because you still had to go through Yokozuna versus Lex Luger, and then the winners of those matches, not the winners, Brett was automatically cemented for going against. He was already cemented for going in for a world title match. I just can't think of too many other times that the world title is opening the show, and I think that's a bad
Multiple
omen.
times.
I can't. I think it's just a bad omen. Ooh, I see people barbecuing. They sending me pictures. Ooh, wait. Oh, wait. But I think. How do you feel about the pay per view PLE overall? Let's talk about some of these predictions.
I got a
Archie,
few right, a few wrong. I think I went
you
like
right, you right, you
3-2,
wrong.
2-3 or something. I don't know. Huh?
Nah, it's 4-1 either way. 4-1 each way. You were Dom, Fragile Phil, Gunther. You took that one on Gunther because I said Randy and then Cody. The
It's
one
really
you were wrong
nothing
on was
to talk about. The match. If you saw the PLE, I don't think it did much for everybody involved in it.
I beg to differ. I think the PLE was good from top to bottom. I think for Jade and Bianca, they got their titles back. That's that's big because now we're not talking about a heel turn just yet for either one of them. I think for Dom and Liv, it ends that saga where now you can have Finn Balor, Damian Priest. You already know we're gonna get Liv and Rhea. Rhea gets her pin
I don't
over
want.
Liv.
I don't. I'm tired of the Judgment Day. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of
Judgment Day
it.
sells.
Huh?
Judgment Day sells from the big picture. Judgment Day still sells. It still works. So
I'm
that
personally
avenue.
tired of it. I'm only speaking for me. I'm tired. Move on. Move around. I don't want to see Finn and Priest and Finn and Carlito and Priest. Priest needs to get back in the title hunt and go on a tear. This is a step down for him.
I think
Anything other than title picture for him is a step down.
I I don't know if
And
so
what does him
it,
beating Finn Balor do? The story is what it is. This could be the end of the story here.
but why would that be the end of the story? You just started this story. You've been telling this story for months with Finn, constantly taking keys. You've been investing into this story for months. For months, they've been giving you this to finally give you the screw job at SummerSlam, costing Damian the title, and then you give him Dom and Liv, but Finn coming in to make saves, right? So now you got to have that match. You haven't had it
When
yet.
Rhea
You got
came
to.
back, it cooled the whole Judgment Day story off because she's back. What is Rhea going to do? That was the big question. What is she going to do? How they going to interact? It's it. I don't know. It's just not popping how it used to pop. For me, I'm only speaking for me.
Yeah. I mean, but I think even from a story perspective, you hear the pops, you hear people going crazy. If you look at the merch sales prove that, you know what I'm saying? These
But I
guys
don't.
are
You know, I don't
they're
never
lit.
subscribe to that. So people
Well, you
buy anything
think,
that's popping.
but you make it poppin'. Remember, they no one buys no one's bought an
Think about
LWO
bad
shirt.
fashion. How many pictures you seen of yourself? You like, damn, why did I have that on? We grew up in the same time. We all we got
I
some
mean, I
bad
get you, but
fashion.
they're WWE is selling a product, right? This is a product you're selling. So it's like, all right, are they if they're not buying it, hence LWO doesn't is not top 10 in any merch sold, you know. So
You
again,
know, when you get to
uh
talking numbers, I check out. I let you have it. I don't get into that.
okay.
I don't know the
On
numbers.
top of that, it builds for Phil and Drew 3, whichever way you want to go with that.
That I wouldn't mind again, but this Damian Priest Judgment Day thing is just not hot to me. Chat, what y'all think about it? Because I'm it's just my opinion. I think it's kind of cooling off a little bit. Nobody cares about JD
I'm not
McDonough.
saying it hasn't cooled off.
They've
I thought
never
it
cared
cooled off
about
in.
JD McDonough. They've never really cared about Carlito because he doesn't do much. The little he does is entertaining, but Carlito should be more of a bad guy, more of a he's like a background actor who occasionally gets a
Right.
line or two.
He's in
Dom,
comedic
people just
relief.
love to hate Dom and the Dom thing and Liv. I mean, that's cooking, but I just don't see what we know what's next. Liv and Rhea, and it's just I don't know if I want to see it. I don't see the payoff in it.
So Rhea getting her world title back will probably be the payoff with a big pop because they'd be happy to see it. If Dom betrays or Finn betrays Dom in some way, and that would probably happen in the Damian Priest match because Bad Blood looks like Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Rhea Ripley versus Liv for the women's world title because they gave her that pinfall victory on purpose. It wasn't an accident. You know what I mean? They gave her that on purpose. So now you have each woman with a pinfall win 1-1 and you're going into Bad Blood. You know, you're selling your next, you know what I mean? You're trying to make the
I
story
think
right
my
itself.
thought process is we come from the era of pay-per-views were the payoff.
It is the payoff still. I think,
But
but
then we get these matches, and now we're gonna have the same people talking to each other, jaw jabbing this Monday. Then it wasn't a payoff.
I think everything is in a payoff. Your typical payoffs of pay-per-views are your bigger ones. They
That's the
typically try to
problem with
close
having so many pay-per-views. They aren't special.
I mean, if that's the case, what do you ask? They've been doing pay per view month after month since the '90s. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's obviously worked for them because they used to not do pay per view month after month. Remember, the first one was In Your House, and then they did it again, and they started naming the In Your Houses because they became popular until the point where they picked up steam to do one every month, even adding sometimes two a month to the point where other countries wanted to put their money in. You know what I mean? So Fragile Phil picks up a win. I think it did good for them. Took that third and that final thing. Probably a Hell in a Cell. A lot of people, Bad Blood is the original pay per view where Hell in a Cell debuted, and you have a Hell in a Cell worthy match now. Phil, and he didn't get hurt. He didn't get hurt. That's good. Drew, I
Yeah,
think
Drew
Drew gets the
carried him on
win.
his back for having the match. He better not have been hurt.
Drew put in some work. Drew put in some work,
He carried the
and
match. Again, he had to. He's a strong young man. He did what he's supposed to do.
I like how you put that. He's a strong young man. He is. He is. He is. But it also sets up too. The winner of that is going to back into the world title picture. It's going to happen. The winner of their Bad Blood match is going to be who Gunther has to see at Survivor Series.
As
And
hard
I'm
as
looking
I
at
am
maybe
on CM Punk would be a better champion and have more heat on him than Cody Rhodes if he had that title because people would be gunning for CM Punk.
people would.
Nobody's gunning for Cody.
Nobody.
Bro,
You're
Kevin
right.
Owens
Nobody.
turned down the title opportunity. That is even a crazy story to write.
Is this the first card without any bloodline involvement, Bailey? I believe it's first time in a long time.
They mentioned Solo because Michael Cole said,
No, but no matches.
but I'm saying they still mentioned it. He's like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
guess what's next for Cody Rhodes is Solo Sikoa.
I think you have to have. You have to. Bloodline is too big. You know what? It's crazy. They did not have a bloodline match because you have bloodline tag team champions. You got fucking Solo Sikoa rolling around. He should have been fighting somebody. Somebody should be mad that he squashed him in the last couple of weeks. A pay per view without the bloodline makes you feel like the bloodline is starting to come down in their relevancy. But you know that there's one guy who, as soon as he pops up, they're through the roof. I mean, the
But he's
bloodline
not
is,
bloodline. That's the thing. He's not bloodline no more.
but he's heavily involved in their storyline, not in the bloodline, but in their storyline because he's going after Solo. He's going after that Ula Fala. Jacob Fatu just took him out. Jacob Fatu is the enforcer, which is funny Jacob Fatu is the enforcer. Solo Sikoa was the enforcer. He ended up betraying Roman Reigns. Do we get a Jacob Fatu twist to this
I
later down
think
the road?
WWE is in a weird place. A lot of this stuff is starting to seem lose a little bit of steam. Again, I think with Roman's absence, him coming back then going being absent again is a big part of that. This Netflix deal is a big part of that. Plus, you have Raw and SmackDown. They're both like SmackDown's on a new channel now, so
What are you gonna say?
it's a
They're
lot
fulfilling
going
the
on
Raw
with it,
spot.
huh?
They're filling the Raw spot.
It's a lot of movement in the WWE, and I think we're seeing that movement within the stories because they have to get ready for what's next with these deals, and they have, like I said, this is when you start talking numbers. Because when we bring this here, we want this, and we expect this. So they can't just give it all right now. They have to hold back, I believe, and I think that's a little bit of what we're getting right now. Is they kind of easing up on the gas. So when they do hit Netflix and everything else, they hit it hard and hit it. You know what I'm saying? They just get off to running.
Yeah. I believe your first episode on Raw is going to be a mega episode.
It has to be
Mega
big.
episode. Rock will be an appearance, I'm pretty sure. Roman will be an appearance, I'm pretty sure. Every heavy hitter they can get. Some
Shawn
legend
Michaels
is
got to
probably
be
gonna make.
there. Shawn Michaels was
Yeah.
on the first episode of Monday Night Raw.
So is
Undertaker
the
has to
Undertaker.
be there. You got to bring out the big guns, and they have to give you that attitude ever feel.
Somebody just made a mention. We got to stop comparing everything back to the Attitude Era. I think it was Undertaker, but I also think that, man, you tripping, because we have to always compare the good with the current, the best time with the current. You know what I mean? People, that's just natural in progression. So, uh, comparing the Netflix where you can be curseless, it's going to a much bigger audience. The availability is going to a bigger audience. Man, you're right. You better have Taker there. Sean better be in effect. Rock needs to pop out.
You
Roman
need to
Reigns
hear
needs to
that. You
pop out.
need to hear that glass shatter.
Ooh,
We on
I ain't gonna hold you,
Netflix.
man.
What? What? You need
That,
to hear. You need to hear the glass shatter. You need. It needs to be cooking. Fish grease hot. Drop the fish right in the grease.
I agree with you. I think these little pay-per-views, like these in-betweeners, because you know your big ones, you know, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Those are your four big pay-per-views. That's WWE's thing. And then you got these little tweeners. Bad Blood is being booked. They've been marketing Bad Blood. I mean,
That's
for
gonna
a
be a
minute.
big one for
Metro.
Cody because it's his homecoming, and they've been running that Metro Boomin ad with Cody came out like 2 months ago.
Yes. How much do you think they paid Metro for that? You know, and to keep running that pay-per-view, I think this is the champion. This is the PLE where Cody either drops that title or something has to give. Um, he's opening the show. He won't open. I bet you he doesn't open Bad Blood. If he opens Bad Blood, ooh, that's nasty work.
We'll see. But Bash in
You,
Berlin, I give it uh 7.
I'm in that 6-7 range just on the side. I think all the matches were good. I liked all the matches. I think Liv didn't live up to her ex side of the bargain on that match and that intergender match.
That's why you don't do intergender matches.
Yeah, say
It's
that
a
for Raw. Say that for SmackDown.
it's a weird thing. Now it's just a weird thing, especially when you don't do it often.
Yeah, especially when both people Liv versus Rhea 1-on-1. Pretty much know who would win that, right? But Damian versus Dom would, man, Dom would get dominated. So it's a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup. And also, this is based on Rhea's beef, not
And
Damian's.
that's why
Damian's
I
beef is
picked
fair.
Liv and Dom because it was such a bad matchup. It wouldn't have surprised me if they had to swerve. But we saw that it was going to be Judgment Day interference, and it was. It just
Mhm.
it
And
was.
they couldn't get the W.
So what was the show
You
open with
think?
Cody? Cody won. He beat Kevin Owens. Solid match. I have no gripe about the match. My only gripe is when Jake the Snake did the DDT, the match was over. you shouldn't be kicking out of 2, 3 of your champions finishers.
It's for anybody, bro. I'm tired of it. You gotta stop it.
That doesn't make your champion look strong. And the match was good. Match was solid. I like this Kevin Owens. When Kevin Owens is turned up, I like when Kevin Owens is turned up. So Cody defends, he wins. KO walks out the end. Did they shake hands at the end? Something weird.
Yeah, but that corny shit.
Yeah.
Wade Barrett was saying something though where KO told him to shut up. And it was about you lost your killer instinct, man. You lost it. Going back to our predictions video, go check that out. Archie, you were saying something about, yeah, you can be friends with Kevin Owens, but Kevin Steen, you know what I'm saying? The prize fighter, which is funny because I
Pull
was
out
thinking
that
about
muscle
you.
buster. Yeah.
That's what we needed, though.
Hey,
We needed.
If he dies, he dies. So yeah, we needed that.
We needed
and I thought we were going to get that. The way Kevin Owens came to the ring, he was turned. And I said, this is what we should have been seeing leading up to this. So Cody wins, they shake hands, they're friends, they're somewhere in Germany eating frankfurters and whatever else they eat in Germany.
So
what we had after that, HP?
We had the women's tag match, right? Fire Dawn taking on Jade, and Jade and Bianca, and we have new tag team champions. Great, plenty of women for them to take on.
But what
Good match.
now? If it's that first run Jade and Bianca had, every match was the same match. That's why I start calling them hot tag strength spot, because that's what the match was. Bianca carried the match, got beat down, babyface come back, the hot tag goes to Jade, we get the strength spot, we get the pose, we get the tag team finisher. That finishing fire. But what about the other 15 minutes of the match that lead to the last two? It has to be something more for Jade to do. And I do think she has been picking up more, but we'll see with this new title run, because people wanted this. So you gave the people what they want, but now you have to give them something worth watching. Because we gonna look. When Jade and Bianca on the screen, you gonna look.
Thanks.
But then again, where does this put Naomi? They just put her back in the fold. Now you have tag champs, and why even put her around that if you're going to be double dutching with her? Unless she wins the speed title, and they all have titles, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The WWE now have a woman's speed title.
I hope.
I thought women needed more than 3 minutes. I've been lied to my whole life. Now 3 minutes is good enough.
Hey, I'm with it. WWE needs a women's mid-card title so Naomi can have gold. Is
the speed title a mid-card title?
I don't know what the hell. It's not. It's not even on the card.
It's like the Zack Ryder Internet Championship when Zack Ryder made the Internet title, or the Ted DiBiase's $1 million belt. It's that kind of thing.
I think in regard to them doing the Freebird rule,
because Andrade doesn't even carry that title on the main show, does he?
No, which is why it's like a worthless title.
It's a social media thing. It's a people on social media. Let's get the clicks, views, and view time thing. That's all it is.
Because also it brings awareness.
It's an ad share, ad revenue grab.
If I bring that title to the ring, people go, "What championship is that?" Oh, that's the Speed Champ.
Do they sell it on a WWE shop?
I don't know. I'm gonna look. I'll look. I think women's U.S. Intercontinental Championships would be fire, but I hope they don't do it. I hope to God they don't do it. And the reason why I say that is because stop copying the men. Everything you want to do is equality, and I get it, but don't copy the men. Do pave your own lane. TV title, one champ. They go Raw and SmackDown defending this TV title, and then they're on the PLE, and that's their mid card title, and that works because when we just copy the belts, the women's world title looks exactly like the men's title, except instead of a black strap, it's a white one. But the tag team titles are different, right? Each show has a men's tag champ, and the tag titles are boring. But the women, they're going between shows. They even went down to NXT. Lash
know a
Legend,
lot of
Jakari
people
Chat.
didn't like it, but I liked when we had a light heavyweight title. I liked when we had a European title. I liked when we had a hardcore title. I like the different titles when you have stacked rosters. And of course, when we had all that going on, the roster then was deep. And these rosters are just as deep, especially when you have this new class of NXT right on the heels of the main roster. So, but Jade and Bianca, this title run is going to be the proving ground, really, because all eyes are once
I
again.
think they're already proven. You
No,
think this would
it's
be the
different.
proving ground?
It's different when you're the champ. It's different.
Okay.
The
Okay.
eyes are on
I'll
them
agree with you. It is
definitely now
different.
because people got what they wanted. So now the eyes are you got to deliver, and it can't be hot tag strength spot. That was my problem with Logan Paul. Logan Paul matches, I could call them before they happen. It was going to be one of his social media friends get involved, the Brass Knuckles get involved, and every one of his matches was that.
It did. It did. And I would like to see them do something different. I think they just keep these belts until the Royal Rumble, and then get ready to drop them. But you drop them via the heel turn of one of them, and then they build to WrestleMania. Simple. Because there's not a tag team on that roster that looks strong enough to beat them currently
The only
today.
thing about a heel turn means they lose a title, which means Jade and Bianca are going to have to wrestle at some point.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
And if
That's why
Jade got to turn it up.
Jay's gonna give you what she gives you. As long as you keep her in that tag team, it's gonna be the same thing. But fans love it. Fans wanted this. You said it. Fans wanted this. So
This
we
is the
got it.
same
But
person people hated in AEW.
funny how life works. If they have a mid card tag belt on each brand, they might as well be able to keep talent on one roster instead of bouncing shows each week, especially after a draft. I think you need to bounce. This is why I say you got to bounce. There is too much talent. Like right now, SmackDown. Who is in the world title class? Can you name 5 wrestlers that you're like when you think UFC boxing? You could see a ranking right for these titles. I think the world title picture for Cody is blank. Dot dot dot. It says et cetera, et cetera. It says waiting on downloadable character, waiting on new signee. There's nobody. Who on SmackDown is you waiting for to go up and challenge Cody? Is there anybody? I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody. Solo Sikoa. Okay, great. Jacob
Not even
Fatu ain't
him.
ready.
Not even
Exactly.
Solo.
Solo has
Solo
boring
is a
matches.
Solo Sikoa is a product of circumstance. He just happened to be there when they needed this. Because you cannot tell me when Solo Sikoa came up from being scouted in NXT, this is what the plan was for him. You know how you know that's not true? Because he came in wearing no shoes as the street champ. That's what he was labeled. He wasn't labeled anything else. He was the enforcer. Somebody had to talk. Jay was gone. You couldn't make Jay the new tribal chief. You damn sure couldn't make Jimmy the tribal chief. So it had to be somebody who didn't really have like that identity because the Usos are established already. That's the problem why Jay can't get a singles title or title run because he's part of the Usos.
Yeah, part of the Usos to the point. Even their Twitter page is still the same. Like it's still a group. It's still the Usos. There is no main event Jay page. There is no Jimmy page. It's the Usos. They still ain't even like you know what I'm saying. So again, and still it ain't that I'm a woman hater. It's just I'm looking at the men's side Intercontinental title tournament because there's no
He
distinct.
call you a woman hater.
He called me a woman hater. You know what I'm saying? It's cool though. And then on and on the men's side, the U.S. title, what they have an open challenge. Let's see who walks out and challenges me. They don't have people lined up because they've been invested in these other storylines. They've been building tag teams, and then Raw, SmackDown ain't got no singles guys that are for these titles. And Cody out there, you want to be my friend? Who wants to be my friend? Who wants to come to Cody's treehouse and hug me?
I
That
said
shit
it
is
months
corny.
ago. Y'all was on my head. I said the same thing about the Wyatt Six. Y'all was on my head. I said the same thing about CM Punk. Y'all was on my head.
Fragile Phil. You coined Fragile Phil, brother. So you were on the pop for that one. But
So
yeah,
Jade and Bianca win. We'll see what happens. After that was the strap match, wasn't it?
it was the strap match. How do you feel about that strap match?
It was a strap match, and it did what it was supposed to do.
I thought they messed something up. They had a point where Drew passed out, only for him to pop back up and stop the forward touch succession. And I thought that that's where if you're gonna end it that way, end it that way. It's perfect. He doesn't tap out. He's
CM
back
Punk
out.
needs Drew McIntyre, and this is the perfect person for him to have. Heel Drew McIntyre is elite. This is the best work Drew McIntyre has done in his WWE career. Late in this part of his career, CM Punk needed a heater. I don't know who else. Maybe Seth, but Seth is at home healing because he hasn't been 100% since before WrestleMania, but he's the WWE's new Iron Man, so he shows up when you need him. I don't know if anybody else could work with CM Punk as hard and stiff and engaging as Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, I like this rivalry.
This is an accidental
And it
rivalry
came
too.
from an accident. That's what I'm about to say. It wasn't scripted. What they probably had, we probably would be talking bad about. But the CM Punk Drew McIntyre thing is good. The match did what it was supposed to do. Phil got a win. He stood tall. Of course, Drew McIntyre will be popping big shit Monday, and I'm looking forward to it. Phil got the bracelet back, so who knows what happens next. They may get another match, may not. Probably because I think there's more in this story to get out of it.
They're 1-1. They're 1-1, and I
So you
think
got it,
that's
rubber match. I'm a sucker for a good rubber match. So
and
the match was
bad
solid.
blood.
It was tough. It was brutal. Drew McIntyre is the MVP of that match. CM Punk is the winner. I like this rivalry. And that was my thing with going into the next match. I can see more out of this. What I see coming out of the Judgment Day story, I just don't know if I'm going to like it.
Mm. I think
It
when
went
you
from
look at the
being like really good to like it's going to get like messy, if that makes sense.
oh, you talking about the Judgment Day?
Yeah, it's going to get gossipy and messy. And you ever seen that? It's like a meme, and they have like a season of a show, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be real good, and the last one would be like a cartoon or something crazy. It's kind of that thing for me. I don't know how they ended or wrapped this up, but we're into that point where what do you do with this story? And I just don't know if I'm going to like what I see out of it. But I do
Yeah,
like
I
this
think
Damian Priest. Damian Priest is this Priest. He turning up.
monster, monster, and I think it's good for him. You haven't beat Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor set you up for bad blood, and I think Drew McIntyre saying Punk 3, bad blood, Hell in a Cell. Boog's down here talking about that. Um, I I think it just works. Bad blood has been booked as a big pay
Because
per
we
view.
do know Rhea Ripley is going to beat Liv Morgan for that title. There's no doubt in my mind that that's happening. Bad blood, that sells itself. Rhea and Liv finally get hands on each other. Finn and Priest finally get hands on each other. If this can't be another 5-card PLE. It has to be more. That's 2 right
Um,
there.
there's 3 really. Liv and Rhea, Dom and not Dom, Finn and Damien, and you got CM Punk and Drew. That's 3. You know
So
Cody's gonna be on the card. He's been marketed for it. So probably Solo and Cody. To
Bad
be
blood
honest,
just makes sense.
and if we call it bad blood. Where's the bloodline? In the main event, gotta have that. And then you prep for another Roman comeback, but this time, who does he save? He probably wipes the floor with both men.
I think
Um,
Roman's return is TBD, bro. They
I
pulled
think
him.
he comes back.
They
Remember, he's
pulled
supposed to
him,
come back
and
December 13th. That's the one you're talking about. Yeah, they pulled him. So
that's a whole month. That means we have another month without Roman.
yeah, but
That's
whatever he may
that's
be going through,
3 to 4 episodes of SmackDown.
it's a lot.
Think about the
There's a lot.
SmackDowns we've been getting.
But that also long terms the Jacob Roman, because by you having Jacob single handedly destroy Roman, yeah, Roman's gonna go for that Ulafala with Solo, but that there's a new equation in this problem, and that is Jacob Fatu, the one that put Roman on the shelf. Because Roman took time off after WrestleMania, but the person who wiped him out was Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, but if Roman is, but it not being known when he's returning, that's down the line, you know.
Well, Bad Blood is that. Bad Blood is October 5th. We're still in the month of what's today's date? August 31st.
That's the point. We're gonna have a whole month of no build other than Roman. That unless that's the build.
But it builds itself. It's like you're just waiting for Roman to come back and fight, and you're
But
getting a
we
lot
know
of
we
mini
won't see
stories.
him till October, which is the crazy part.
But
and if he misses
so
Bad Blood, which is the beginning of October, that's the PLE he missed. So
if he misses Bad Blood, I don't think he will. I think he makes some sort of appearance, whether it's
well,
to
he's
help
not being
Cody.
booked for it. He's not booked for a match, is what I'm saying.
He won't be.
No, I can't.
We won't see him booked for a match on Survivor Series.
It's a
Because
long
they're going to really
time.
start
That's
using
a
him
long
sparingly.
time for such not bad, but the level of entertainment and quality we've been getting from SmackDown. And even when Roman returns, what is the story? Like that has to be interesting too. That's why I said Paul Heyman is a big part of that. He could come back and tease and talk, but
Well, him and Jimmy. You can give Jimmy. Jimmy can return probably any day now with Paul Heyman. They can
and
go through
Jay,
Jimmy.
get
Jimmy.
Jay off Raw. You didn't pull a trigger in Money in the Bank. You didn't pull a trigger in the Intercontinental Tournament. Get Jay off Raw, one, so he can get back after him, and two, so Rikishi can stop talking.
Rikishi is crazy right now.
Get
Rikishi's got.
Jay back and put him back in his Air Force Ones, and they could do the yeet, no yeet, get them back together. And that's it.
I'm with you on that one. I definitely think that Jimmy coming back, Paul Heyman coming back, that works a little bit. Keeps the crowd like, oh, because you can't have Jimmy come back after Roman.
Well,
Like,
you
even though
have to
that's already
have
been a thing.
Roman, Paul back, and they get back to doing I'm on the phone with the tribal chief thing. Then after they get that way Roman has a presence, or he's at least mentioned on the show. But then again, if it's really the health thing and then again the family things, we don't know. We have no idea. And that's the thing. In this age where people know what Kanye West ate at Burger King for lunch and nothing's really protected, we don't know what's going on with Roman Reigns.
I would like to agree with that. We don't, but I hope it's something that's non-health related. They just like the storyline, preserving them, and
Twitter told me Nikki Bella threw a shoe at her husband and he called the police on her. I heard a whole police phone call from what's going on with that situation. So my point is, everything eventually is known at some point. This Roman Reigns thing is being held real tight to chest. And I know that was a horrible example I made, but that was all up and down my Twitter timeline. So, but
we'll see. We'll see. But Fragile Phil got a victory. Bloodline, we're looking at Bad Blood. As far as the predictions, if you were wondering, oh, I'm sorry. Wait a second. We're both 3-2.
yeah,
Not 4-1.
I had Liv Dom and
we both had
what
Liv Dom, and we were both wrong on that. You had Fire and Dawn,
Fire Dom.
and then I had Randy. So we're both right on Cody. We're both right on Fragile Phil. You were right on Gunther. You were wrong on Dom Liv. You were wrong on Fire Alba. I was wrong on Dom Liv and then Randy. So it's 3-2.
Yeah,
So
could have went either way.
we had a nice tie. So I'm telling you, if y'all gonna do Vegas odds, tap in the Attitude Era podcast. We probably get you right. You know what I'm saying? We probably get you right. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Vegas, that's what WrestleMania had this year, right?
Oh, yes, sir. WrestleMania 41 is going to be.
And there's some things that's legal in Vegas that might have to partake in Vegas.
I question some things now. This 5-match PLE, I'm not opposed to it. However, you're doing 2 nights. So all of a sudden we're gonna go from small PLEs to huge, gigantic.
Bro, it can't be 5 matches in still 3 hours. That has to stop.
I think it worked because they're giving you a trailer why each match is important. And they do that so because you're a PLE, right? And I understand the difference between PLE and pay-per-view. Pay-per-view, I don't have to do this because everyone who's bought this is vested. You already bought, you paid $50, $60 for it. You know the storylines. PLE, you could be flicking through. Oh, what's this? I give you the storyline. So there's a big difference between PLE and pay-per-view. That's why I do think the 5 matches work. I think the flow of the show went well. You could have put 1 or 2 more matches on there and been just as good. Shorter promos.
5-card PLEs is the reason why you don't see the tag titles defended on stuff. It's also the reason why you don't see other people in premium spots. You have to your premium spot is the main event of the weekly show because we have all this stuff, but you have a pre-show and a post-show. It's a lot of time you have that you can allocate to things.
But
Every
their
match
pre-show,
don't have to be 20 plus minutes.
I'm gonna disagree, man, and this is why. This is the showcase. This is your PLE is your showcase, right? So your pre and post match stuff, not pre and post match, pre and post event stuff. If you notice, they've turned it very sports like. It's a press conference prior, and it's the lead up before, very sports like the NBA Finals. You got a whole, you know what I'm saying, and they're doing it like that. That's why I would like to see them start doing weigh-ins.
I miss
Do
the
weigh-ins.
old
You ain't got to show us the
Peacock when
scale.
I could just watch the PLE an hour late and skip through the bullshit. I watch this week to week. I don't want to see trail. This is me again. I don't want to see I know the story.
But you gotta watch because you're vested. You watch, bro. You watch New Japan. You watch AEW. You watch TNA. You watch WWE. We know you're gonna know this, but the average WWE casual fan that's gonna buy a T-shirt and do this doesn't.
So
They're also trying to always attract new.
You cater to the casual,
Yes.
not the diehard.
Yes.
Yes.
Bullshit. Every business does that. Every business. Show me a business that doesn't. Because you know why? When you're diehard, you don't leave. My money is giving you what you already know you're gonna get.
That's not true. It's
show me a business that doesn't cater to the diehard. That caters to the diehard.
It's a part of wrestling that I didn't watch from like 2003-ish to maybe 2006, 2007. I was completely tapped out of wrestling.
That's fair.
So I mean, and when I get back into it, I dive in. I think we all do that with wrestling, though. At some point, we'll just take a break from it because you'd be like, you know what, fuck it, this ain't what I like. It's going little too whatever, and then you'll take a break from it. I think we all,
you know why they do that?
We get wrestling fatigue.
It's the Disney effect. Disney, you know why they market it to kids, and then you get these movies remade because it brings the kid in you back out. Plus, you will bring your kids, so they get the like right now. Marvel's going through this little fatigue, but it's not fatigue. They've been telling the same story for over a decade. But you know what it is? All those comic book guys that were kids, they're now adults. We got you. You don't even know you were a diehard till we told you were, and then we got you. And guess what? Now your kids want to see it, so that's 2 tickets sold. You and your kid. WWE is the same thing. They tapped into you when you were 6, 8, not DNA. Same thing. Me, same thing. They got us all. We was diehards as kids. We love that shit, man. Titties, puppies, all that. Man, after a while, you stop watching wrestling. And then guess what? It gets hot. They start bringing back some legends. They start doing some things that you was like, and you come back. And then what happens? You bring your son. I bring my daughters. You know what I'm saying? So it's the business side. They tap in, but with the PLEs, you got to give it. You want new consumers. You want new, and the new people get lost. The diehards, you, me, DNA, all they know we gonna watch. They know they got us. They got us. Hey, that's an episode.
They don't know. I ain't watching no more. You said what
you know how they cater
you
to
gonna
people
stop
like
watching? What you say you're gonna stop watching? You said earlier today, if this happens, I'm gonna stop watching.
Oh, I might have to go rewatch the episode.
Something you said. It might have been with Vince. Something about Vince. I don't know.
It was with Vince. But they know, who's gonna watch that new Vince shit? Diehards. Diehards gonna watch that Vince shit because people know how scandalous Vince has been over the years.
People like mess. People like mess, and people like seeing the downfall. That's why people hate LeBron James. LeBron James ain't done nothing to nobody, but people like to see a good car wreck and a crash and a burn and a downfall. And this they about to tear Vince McMahon ass up.
You know what's problematic with these things too? It brings up new allegations and new things, and some of that should be the furthest thing from the truth, and some of it be spot on. We'll just never know because we weren't there. But I'm September 25th when they dropped that first episode. Hey, I'm with you, brother.
You were
I'm
way
right
too
there.
excited about this. Why
Yeah.
is it so dark in here? The light is
Yo,
it's
you're
getting dark.
dimming.
Huh?
You're getting dimmer as the show goes on. The
Yeah,
darker
that's
is
that's
the dark
that's
side.
how I feel about a lot of the wrestling stories right now. They're getting dimmer as the show goes on.
I will agree with you though. Judgment Day is getting dimmer. I feel like it got dimmer because it got lost in the sauce.
It went from
Damian Priest.
being like okay, real life to like high schooly. Like I think it's gonna get a little messy.
I can see that.
And Liv
See that.
needs to realize you're the women's champion. You need to be wrestling a little bit outside of this story because your
I was
title
about to
reign
say
is going to
Selena
be
Vega.
Dominic Mysterio and Judgment Day. That's what people are going to remember about this title reign.
Selena Vega was her only title defense. I can remember off the top of my head that she had. I can't
And
think
she
of nothing.
wrestles Zelina like 3 times on weekly television.
And yeah, you're right. So now we're on. So this is about Rhea. Your title reign will never be. It'll never have like Gunther. Gunther's title reign is gonna have substance. You know why? Because Gunther took on Randy Orton to start. You know, he beat Damian Priest. Didn't even do a rematch. They just went into some other shit. Cody Rhodes, we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. He has good matches though. Yeah, Kevin Owens was good. AJ Styles was good twice. And Logan Paul was all right. It wasn't bad. But the storylines fucking suck. Oh, where'd you don't do
I'm
that.
here.
Where you went? Oh, okay, there you are. I saw your mouth moving. We was doing those kung fu flicks. I was like, oh shit. Um,
Nah.
but I thought the pay-per-view was about you said 7. I 7 works for me.
6,
It's 7
5,
works.
7. I'm not. I didn't dislike it.
Yeah. I think
It
worst
was
match on
really
the
a
card to me.
celebration of Gunther. It was a celebration for Gunther. It was a get CM Punk back over thing. It was a people love Rhea. It was a Rhea celebration because she was back. I still don't know what her injury was. She was out. It was a let's give Cody to the people deal. It was that kind of a thing. I don't want to say glorify a house show, how people label Crown Jewel, but you know.
I thought it went good. You're
And
right.
it's an interesting thing. They said Berlin has 3.2 million people there or something crazy.
Yeah.
So I know why they're there. Because they have
Untapped market.
Netflix in Berlin. And when they go to Netflix, that's why Jinder Mahal was champ. That's why Great Khali is in the Hall of Fame. That's why Bad Bunny wrestled in Puerto Rico. You think it's about the new subscriber. I was watching the show The Brother's Son, and I asked on my TikTok at the Archie Carter, give me a follow. I say anybody working TV can explain to me why, because I worked in TV, but the production side. I said, why does a show get canceled after one season? And he explained to me that it's because it didn't draw the new consumer.
Correct.
A new show, a new series is really a 8-episode commercial for the streaming product to draw new consumers. So if they're not getting that new subscriber, that new person, they drop the show. Why would we give you a second and third season if you didn't draw? We need you to draw, but I don't know what those numbers are, and that's how I explained it. So WWE is definitely tapping into that you new subscriber Netflix thing, because here's the thing: people got Peacock because of WWE. They got to get that Peacock subscriber over to Netflix now.
That's easy though. And I'll say why, right? Because you're talking numbers, which I like,
Which I don't
Peacock
ever
has
do.
Peacock has 8 million subscribers. So WWE right now, Bash in Berlin is at a max in front of not counting bootlegs, in front of 8 million people potentially. Netflix over 80% of the globe. That's over 5 billion people that have access to Netflix. This whole year, if you've been watching, go back about 1 year. They've done a lot of PLEs overseas, building their audience, building those. So
So
like Archie
and
said,
again, like I said, that because that Peacock deal was it was sweet. It was like
it's sweet.
$5. You got all of the Peacock stuff. You got the WWE library. You had sporting events. Like it was NASCAR. I'm a huge NASCAR fan. NASCAR, you got a lot, and now they're moving it. I just know it's gonna be a lot of Netflix and chilling, watching wrestling. Now that's a wild thing to watch while you Netflix and
Yo,
chilling.
Oh, you put your girl with this in the. Oh shit! Let me chill. Let me
That's a
chill.
wild Netflix and chill.
It is because we doing drop toe holds. We doing you know what I'm saying. Somebody getting put to sleep with no sleeper hold. Goddamn it! You know what I'm saying. Somebody tapping out. You know what I'm saying.
Somebody
It's
is
gonna be
tapping
wild.
out. Netflix
Somebody
and
tapping out.
chill. Or you could
Netflix
add
is
it
gonna get a
to
lot
Era
of people pregnant.
Podcast and chill too. Now that's a cool chill. Get you a nice little, you know what I mean? Whatever your, you
Hey,
know what I
I'm with
mean is, get you one of those. Don't want to add it to
with
our
the geeking.
podcast. You know, then know what you do. You get a membership and drop a super chat. Then we gonna read your comment, and then your, yeah, I mean, gonna be like, you know them? Yeah, I know them. You know what I mean? We
Absolutely.
help me, help you, help us. Is all I'm saying.
Hey,
But
I swear to God, I'll act like I know you too. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You, if it helps you, it helps us. It helps.
and
Hey,
shout out to the new subscribers. Yeah, we have new Patreon memberships and new YouTube memberships. Real good stuff on there. Yeah, Vinny, know what's up? Vinny, I've been seeing your requests, but let me tell you, I'm working on something, Vinny. When I'm on a
I
PlayStation,
want to post. Can I post a picture on screen?
because I had to adjust some stuff. I'm
Okay,
gonna
okay.
have a
You
trailer for it next week.
okay?
So
Okay. You
so
say
yeah,
no.
I'll be working on some stuff, Vinny. We got the Attitude Era. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean is coming, but so
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, that's a good way to describe it. You know what I mean.
But
But
Blash in Berlin
yeah,
was cool. I don't really have too much else to. Hey, you know what I'm looking forward to? NXT No Mercy.
it's tomorrow.
That tomorrow.
That shit is too. We gotta do another predictions. I can't. I got a jet right now, but I'll be.
I'm gonna make sure I'm not in the middle of a tornado next time. But thank y'all for tapping in. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. If you are not on the YouTube, slide by the subscribe button, notification button, because we go live at any time. Like we went live today and did the predictions. Shout out to the new members, Patreon, YouTube
Mean
membership.
guy,
Thank
see
you.
you.
Shout out to DNA. He be watching. He be watching. He's on in and out. He be watching. He got something he's about to start doing with the recaps too. I don't want to spill it, but yeah. Look,
I want to
see,
still see.
look,
You know what I mean?
Big Brother is always watching. You know who else is watching? You are watching, and thank you for watching Attitude Era Podcast. Follow me on all social media at DRT Carter. Follow my man King HP as well. We got a lot going on in wrestling and outside of wrestling. And if you got something going on you want me or us to check out, DM me at DRT Carter and I'll check it out. Real simple. Tomorrow we dropping predictions and we will be back for the NXT No Mercy pay-per-view. I know you got to go HP, but let me say this real quick.
Yeah,
If
absolutely,
you've
bro.
not watched NXT or you're not an NXT watcher, watch No Mercy tomorrow. Then
Yes,
tell me that you
100%.
didn't like it, and tell me that it wasn't better than Bash in Berlin. Because they cooking
They gonna
tomorrow.
cook.
They
They are
are
going to
cooking.
cook.
So give NXT a try because we recap Monday Night Raw during the main event and we recap SmackDown during the main event like we did this. During the main event, we watch the main event with y'all, then we talk about it. We do the same thing for NXT. NXT has some of the best up and coming talent and some of the most like fire matches you're gonna
Facts.
see on TV. So give it
Facts.
NXT a try and
We
tap in
busting
with us
beats.
tomorrow. Predictions, NXT recap. I'm the Archie Carter. That's King HP, and we will see y'all later. You heard?
Holla.
This is DNA, and y'all checking out my show Top 5. You got a top 5? I got a top 5. But let's see whose top 5 is better. Good night. Good night.
Brr. It's Cold Food with the Archie Carter. A wrestling match, a return, a battle, something that you were looking forward to because you knew it was going to be hot. And when you got it, well, it wasn't. That's Cold Food, and I'm here to talk about it. It's Cold Food with the Archie Carter. Hey, waiter, this cold.
King HP, and here we're gonna look at wrestlers that couldn't get the job done. We're gonna look at it. Why didn't they win? What happened? And because it's near fall, we're gonna see if we can get them some gold. Remember, the referee's decision